All right, so Seth's Path of I almost said Power Path of Exile review sponsored by Tibet. Huh. All right.
Hey people, Seth here. Let me tell you about a game I've played on and off for years, Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a free-to-play Diablo clone action RPG, and much more of a spiritual successor to Diablo 2 than free could ever be.
Okay.
Oh. Derek, you played Diablo.
3.
What was this in Diablo? I've never played them. You'd have to explain to me. Well, this was a Diablo 3 release.
What is
it's apparently it's apparently okay. It's apparently
that's
Diablo 3. So I feel like you should know this.
I
played Diablo 3.
I must be misremembering.
Right,
I
well,
it was
obviously.
blonde, but okay.
Yeah, that's
Ever be. It's made by Grinding Gear Games, a Chinese Skinner box company operating in New Zealand, a lesser-known colony of mainland China. It is, in the spirit of Diablo clones, a huge grind fest for items and money, but there's layers of complexity to keep you interested. For a start, all your skills come from gems, which come in two forms, active and support. Active gems do stuff. Support gems modify the stuff they do. These need to be socketed into items to do stuff, and linked if you want the support gems to actually affect the active gems. This leads to some creative and retarded combos. Cast on Death is a perfectly valid way to play, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. There's multiple characters to play with their own backstory to how they ended up on the Path of Exile. Trademark, copyright. Basically, everyone who does bad shit in Oriath gets sent to Rayclast, where they'll probably die in exile. The Templar questioned his faith, the witch had her house burnt so she fried some boomers' kids, and the Marauder didn't meet diversity quotas. Most of the classes have good reasons for being shipped off to Rayclast. My favorite has to be the Duelist, because his entire reason for being here is literally some nobleman talked shit to me. So, I fucking killed him. What a guy. You can see where the inspiration came from for all the different settings. Rayclast is loosely based on New Zealand. The forests are filled with koalas who want to tear your skin out.
Oh my god, wait, are they actually koalas? Wait.
I don't know. Oh, they might be actually.
Koalas who want to tear your skin off.
Yeah, I guess they are.
Oh, they totally are.
Meth heads who want to stab you for your wallet. Your skills mix with your gear, and these in turn are influenced by your passive skill tree, which is fucking massive.
Jesus. I've seen the clips in like Path of Exile 2.
It's insane. Yeah, and if you mess it up, you just have to restart because you can't like go back. You have to restart the character. Yeah.
Jesus. That's insane. Huh.
Just look at this shit. Every class starts in a different spot in the tree, but all the passives are the same. Classes get to choose unique passives later on. This might sound very complex at first, and then you'll realize that nothing fucking matters except more life and damage. I recommend the first time you play to just do your own thing and experiment. Then, once you hit a brick wall and can't progress any further, look up one of the most meta builds for the current patch and brainlessly steamroll through the content. It's a learning experience, and there's a lot to do. Finishing the main arc of the story is just the start of endgame, where you will autistically tweak out your characters with more and more ridiculous setups until you burn out and stop playing until the next league. The classic life cycle of most Diablo clones. Or, in the case of one of my friends, finish Act 3 and tell me that the game's too short because he missed the exit leading to the other 7 acts. When
Jesus. Oh my God, wait, what? That dude, what? That poor guy. It's like, what do you mean you saw the Act 3? That's what it ended. It's like, no, dude, he missed the door. What door?
That's wild.
Asked about his build, he said, "What do you mean linking gems? I've just been using Heavy Strike. Path of Exile has a bit of a learning curve, and it's not for brainlets. But as long as you come from a civilization that's discovered fire and has some frontal lobe development, you'll be okay. Each league puts a new spin on the game mode, giving you new ways to grind, and you can choose to either play as softcore or hardcore. Hardcore players are, of course, the vegans of Path of Exile, and we all know there's no such thing as a quiet vegan. If you interact with the Path of Exile players, they'll either tell you that they also play and enjoy the game, or they'll start screaming incoherently that they only play hardcore, solo self-found, and that they desynced for 1 millisecond yesterday and lost their character for the 3rd time this week.
Oh my God.
I gotta go back to this. That was that.
But they only play hardcore.
I want that chair. It's beautiful.
Solo self found, and that they desynced for 1 millisecond yesterday and lost their character for the 3rd time this week. As a free-to-play game, Path of Exile servers sometimes aren't the best, and you can rubber band or desync. This isn't a problem for a regular human being. Hardcore players will, however, pathologically blame everyone but themselves for dying and demand a server rollback each time it happens. This pathological behavior extends into their private life, as many of them have, unfortunately, lost custody of a kids. Siphoning alimony payments into microtransactions ensures that their spouses receive minimal support. Their children may have mandatory visitation days, but they universally hate it. One child I talked to, Timothy, was brutally beaten with a bamboo stick.
This was 6 years ago. His editing style back then is just flashing images in your face. I mean, he still does that, but like these are
definitely
you
a
blink,
lot less. Yeah,
you blink and you miss. Damn.
After he picked evasion over a health node on the passive tree, and you know what?
Wait,
he got off easy. After he picked universally minimal support. Their children may have mandatory visitation days, but they universally hate it. One child I talked to, Timothy, was brutally beaten with a bamboo stick after he picked evasion over a health node on the passive tree. And you know what? He got off easy.
Timothy 12, PoE domestic abuse.
The game is completely free. The only money you spend on it is on microtransactions, which directly influence gameplay. Even if you're not interested in cosmetics, you will, sooner or later, need practical shit like extra stash tabs and specialized tabs for holding currency items. Speaking of currency, that is the primary objective of this game, obtaining currency. Unlike fiat banking systems in modern countries, the primitive people of Rayclast trade items for rocks of different colors. You can smash these rocks in your equipment, denting and changing them in the process. An exalted orb is one of the most valuable rocks, and many players haven't even found one. Chaos orbs are far more common rocks, but appropriately rare enough that they're the gold standard for trading. The main point of Path of Exile isn't the creative builds, the metagame, or the challenge of getting to max level. It's trading. I sit here all day, plugged into PoE trade, and I flip shit for hours and hours. I don't even leave my fucking hideout, which is beautiful, by the way. I'm so glad I picked Haku.
What
as my
is
master.
going on?
Whatever master lets you place dead fish and rotting bodies on the shoreline.
Why is there's like flies everywhere?
Block the entrance with shipwrecks and pointy sticks. None of them, except Haku. I'm hooked into every API. I've got that shit on live alerts. I've got PoE trade on my phone so I can lowball people for prices on alt accounts. I try match users with known sex offender registries so I can blackmail them into
Oh my god.
More weave for cheap.
That's huh. What a dive.
Wild take. Oh my god.
Can he just be like, hey, I know you're on this list, therefore just give me your items now or else like Jesus.
I make prints of all my trades and fax them to children in Malaysia just to inspire them. I buy shit cheap and I sell it higher. Why? For what purpose? To see the numbers rise. At its heart, this is the real meaning of Path of Exile. It's a cutthroat world out there, more brutal than any corporate position, but less paid and with longer hours. Do you really think you've got what it takes? Being good isn't good enough. Not when you're competing with hundreds of Russian spam bots on auto refresh. Sometimes you'll even take a holiday to the beach. But
Oh, no. Did you see what he was typing? Oh my god.
Not when you're competing with hundreds of Russian spam bots.
Sacrifice it.
Refresh.
Wait, what did that mean? Sacrifice it down?
I have no idea. Oh my god.
Hi, look at my two wait. Oh, hi. I looked at my your two sacrifice at noon for my 2 chaos orb. Sure. Do you have one of this and 2 of this? Nah, just Dawn's. All right, thank you. Trade cancel. Got you, Dawn's. All right, thank you. Fast sacrifice at Downs. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But you won't be able to relax. You'll spend all your time there sending out hundreds of trade requests a minute. There is no sleep. There is no rest. Just a 24/7 Beijing grind. You often do things so fast you forget who you even messaged. Did Delvin my anus want 2C or free C for that ring? Or was that little pump suck from a minute ago? And you don't want to embarrass yourself by asking. Just act cool. Put a chisel on the table so he knows you mean business. Don't worry. He'll be back. They always come back.
Be back.
It's a wild place, and you can also hang out on the global chat while you wait, which is a great and intelligent place to be.
Burger, Jesus. I mean, why you play FPS so easy? Instant delivery. It's hard to have look.
Currently, they're discussing if it's gay to.
She's a beast, believe me. Before some. Oh my God, they're just okay. Okay. Huh. That was a weird spot to unpause and pause.
Ironically, but there's one rival in my quest for capitalist domination: China. The Chinese.
China
on Path of Exile is plain for all to see. They've grown so bold, they don't even bother hiding it. Chinese gold farmers running hundreds of bots threaten the stability of our economy. Global chat is often spammed with Chinamen with Chinese names like or asking you to go to dogfart.com to buy Exalt orbs and Chaos orbs for the low price of $2 or 1 cent a piece, respectively. Grinding Gear Games claims they do everything possible to stop gold farmers, but I can see through their lies like rice grains. GGG is a subsidiary of Tencent.
Wait, what? GOON Games and Gear? GGG?
We are?
Dude, you didn't know? I thought, dude.
Oh no.
Riot Games, and Tencent is owned by the Dalai Lama. Follow the paper trail, follow the money, and you'll find that GGG and the gold farmers are one and the same.
Oh my God.
First buy currency from the Chinese orb cartel. The money is wired instantly by Western Union to the Dalai Lama, who pulls the kill switch and bans the player after several days. During those days of decadence and luxury, the player will get a taste for power, which is then cut off. Much like an addict, he craves for more exalted orbs, starts a new account, and tries to turn a new leaf, but we all know how it ends. But
Jesus.
What?
That's what Path of Exile means to me. Maybe it's my heritage speaking. I mean, we were expelled from over 200 MMOs after all. In all seriousness, Path of Exile is pretty amazing for a free-to-play product. If you like Diablo or any of its derivatives, you'll feel right at home with what I feel is a raw improvement over those old systems. However, keep in mind that Path of Exile started development centuries ago, and it's not very well optimized for your hard drive. So, if you can afford it, get an SSD and put Path of Exile on it instead. It should run like butter. The PvP arena is also really fun. Stun locking people never gets old. And remember to praise the all-holy Toucan daily.
Le Toucan has arrived.
On global chat. A temporary chat then is a small price to pay to see all men of the world united in worship. Very good game.
Phrasing's free. What I at some point I gotta ask Rob or someone who knows like what is this toucan? Like why is that like a it looks like a meme.
It gets a high score. The score is arbitrary. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild who have been generously funding and bankrolling these videos. This one is free though. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
That was man, you've been muted for 50 hours for spamming chat. Oh my God. That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
Now I gotta play Path of Exile.
Yeah.
Because apparently we're owned by Tencent, right? GG is
this confirms it.
We also are connected to Dalai Lama.
We'll have our League of Legends skins soon, don't you worry.
That'd be sick.
It's coming.
All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, come over today, join our Discord and Reddit, and follow us everywhere on X, on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Rumble, if you somehow watch it there. We live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and occasional Saturdays, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.